Welcome to Quick Savant's Book Talk. My name is Freya and I'm the main character in Quick Savant's Marked for Fire. I will be your host today. First we have an exciting book description, and then a free audio summary. Rebecca Yarros' Onyx Storm is the fastest-selling adult novel in 20 years, selling nearly 3 million copies in its first week. Dive into Onyx Storm, the electrifying third chapter of Rebecca Yarros' Empyrean series. After nearly 18 months at Basgiath War College, Violet Sorrengail faces a world unraveling into chaos. The battle has begun, with enemies lurking both beyond and within Nav's crumbling wards. Violet embarks on a perilous quest to forge alliances in uncharted lands, risking everything to save her dragons, her family and Xaden. A secret so explosive it could shatter all she holds dear weighs on her, as the stakes soar higher than ever. Packed with heart-pounding action, steamy romance and jaw-dropping twists, Onyx Storm is a relentless ride through a brutal, dragon-filled fantasy realm. Will Violet weather the storm or be consumed by it? Fly or die in this epic tale. Links to buy in description. Click and buy anything within 24 hours on Amazon to earn a small commission for Quick Savant, which he will use to feed his for rescue dogs.
Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros, detailed summary. Onyx Storm, released on January 21, 2025, is the third book in Rebecca Yarros' The Empyrean series, a new adult romantic fantasy saga that follows Violet Sorrengail's journey as a dragon rider at Basgiath War College. This 779-page novel, published by Red Tower Books, continues the high-stakes narrative of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, blending intense romance, political intrigue, dragon warfare, and dark fantasy elements. The story picks up immediately after the cliffhanger ending of Iron Flame, diving into Violet's mission to save her loved ones and confront the escalating threat of the Venin, dark magic wielders who endanger Navarre. Onyx Storm is set in the brutal, war-torn world of Navarre, where dragon riders train at Basgiath War College to protect the kingdom from external threats and maintain its magical wards. The story expands beyond Basgiath, taking Violet and her allies to unfamiliar lands, including various isles with distinct cultures and climates. The narrative unfolds over a condensed timeline, following the events of Iron Flame, where Violet discovered the Venin's existence, Xaden Riorson's transformation into a Venin after channeling dark power to save her, and the weakening of Navarre's protective wards. The Empyrean series, planned for 5 books, is known for its fast-paced action, intricate world-building, and steamy romance, with Onyx Storm amplifying these elements while introducing new lore and challenges. Plot summary. Opening. A fractured beginning. The novel begins moments after Iron Flame's shocking conclusion, with Violet Sorrengail reeling from Xaden's Venin transformation. Eavesdropping on a conversation between Xaden and the imprisoned Jack Barlow, Violet resolves to find a cure for Xaden's condition, determined to save his soul despite the risks. At Basgiath, the Marked Ones, rebels branded with rebellion scars, and Violet's squad maintain a vigilant watch over Xaden, who remains within the wards to prevent further channeling of Venin power. The college is still recovering from a recent Venin attack, and tensions are high as Violet and her allies grapple with internal betrayals and external threats. Violet, now a seasoned second-year rider bonded to the powerful dragon Tarn and the adolescent dragon Andarna, faces mounting pressure. Andarna, who exerted immense power in Iron Flame and entered a deep sleep to mature, is a focal point of the narrative, with her origins and heritage becoming central to the plot. The squad, including characters like Riddick, Sawyer, and Imogen, supports Violet, but personal struggles, such as Sawyer adjusting to life as an amputee and Lynx and Eric's failure to manifest signets, add complexity to their dynamics. A fresh Venin attack on Basgiath introduces a chilling encounter with a silver-haired Venin, later revealed as Theophany, a storm-wielding adversary with ties to Violet's late mother, Lilith Sorrengail. The quest beyond Basgiath. As the Venin threat escalates and Navarre's wards falter, Violet and her squad are tasked with a perilous mission, to journey beyond the Arteon wards to seek allies from unfamiliar lands. This quest drives the narrative's second half, transforming Onyx Storm into an action-packed adventure across the Isles, each with unique customs and challenges. Violet's objectives include securing iridium, a resource critical to their fight against the Venin, and uncovering historical secrets that could turn the tide of the war. Her travels take her to Deverelli, where she retrieves books from her father containing vital information, and Hedotus, where she confronts Xaden's mother and faces a grueling test of loyalty and strength. The journey tests Violet's wit, resilience, and leadership, particularly as she navigates complex political dynamics within the Cenarium, Navarre's Council of Nobles. The squad's camaraderie shines through, with each member, Riddick's humor, Imogen's loyalty, and Eric's linguistic prowess, contributing to their survival. However, the mission is fraught with danger, including traps set by Theophany, who is hunting Violet and manipulating events to destabilize Navarre. The narrative explores Violet's chronic pain from Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, offering representation for disability as she pushes her physical limits, inspiring readers while highlighting her vulnerabilities. Dragon lore and Andarna's arc. A significant focus of Onyx Storm is the expanded lore surrounding dragons, particularly Andarna's heritage. Andarna faces a heart-wrenching choice: remain bonded with Violet and lose her connection to her kind, or leave to reunite with her long-departed dragon family. Violet, grappling with grief, urges Andarna to go, leading to an emotional severance of their bond that leaves Violet spiraling. This loss is described as more devastating than a dragon's death, underscoring the depth of their connection. Andarna's return later in the novel, aiding Violet in a critical moment, reinforces her importance to the series. The dragons, including the grumpy Terran and the commanding Scale, Xaden's dragon, remain a highlight, with their society and bonds with riders adding depth to the world building. Romance and Xaden's struggle. The romance between Violet and Xaden, a cornerstone of the series, evolves amidst their challenges. Xaden, now a Venin, grapples with his identity and the fear of losing his soul, while Violet's determination to save him strengthens their bond. Their relationship is tested by physical separation, due to Xaden's elevated political status and Violet's travels. And emotional turmoil, but moments of intimacy and mutual trust provide some of the novel's most memorable scenes. Yarros balances the romance with the broader plot, ensuring it complements rather than overshadows the fantasy elements, though some readers found the smut scenes excessive. Xaden's morally gray nature and unwavering loyalty to Violet deepen his character, while revelations about his past, including his mother's role, add layers to his arc. Climactic battles and betrayals. The narrative builds to a chaotic battle against Theophany, whose storm-wielding powers mirror Violet Sorrengail's abilities. Violet, lacking her mother's balance, struggles to counter Theophany's might. The battle claims lives, including Quinn, Imogen's best friend, heightening the emotional stakes. Terran and Scale become entangled in a trap, but Andarna's timely return enables Violet to defeat Theophany using a piece of Dun's temple, exploiting Theophany's forsaken allegiance to the goddess. As the fight concludes, an Onyx Storm, symbolizing Xaden's channeling of Venin power, engulfs the battlefield. From Xaden's perspective, he sacrifices his soul to save Violet and Scale, hearing Violet's "I love you" through their bond before she collapses. Violet awakens in Artia 12 hours later, her memory of the battle erased, likely by Imogen's memory-altering signet. The novel reveals betrayals within Navarre's ranks. Panchek, a high-ranking figure, has been feeding tactical information to the Venin, and a mysterious new brother close to Xaden has turned Venin, though their identity remains unclear, speculated to be Brennan, Garrick, Naelin, or Liam. A prophecy about Violet's role in preventing a Venin transformation is revealed to actually concern Xaden, complicating their mission. Theophany's attempt to free Jack Barlow and her capture of Mira, Violet's sister, lead to a desperate rescue attempt where Myra's throat is slit. Brennan, a mender, nearly burns out healing her, with Sloane Mary and Dane Edos assisting, showcasing Dane's redemption arc. Cliffhanger and themes. Onyx Storm ends on a cliffhanger, though less shocking than Iron Flames, leaving readers with unanswered questions about Xaden's fate, the traitor's identity, and Violet's next steps. The novel explores themes of resilience, sacrifice, and trust in a world where betrayal is rampant. Violet's journey reflects personal growth, as she balances love, duty, and her physical limitations. The representation of sign language, grief, and recovery, alongside the series' diverse cast, resonates with readers. However, pacing issues in the first half and the complexity of new characters and lore occasionally confuse, requiring familiarity with prior books. Reception and impact. Onyx Storm sold 2. 7 million copies in its first week, making it the fastest-selling adult novel in 20 years, per BookScan, and topped bestseller lists due to pre-orders and fan enthusiasm. Bookstores hosted release parties, with fans attending in costume, drawing comparisons to Harry Potter and Twilight fandoms. Critics praised the world-building, dragon portrayals, and emotional depth, with Kelsey Hall of BookTrib calling it thrilling and emotionally gripping. Author's intent and future. Rebecca Yarros, #1 New York Times best-selling author, has stated Onyx Storm is her favorite in the series, reflecting her hyper-focused writing process despite personal health challenges. She plans to take a break before writing the fourth book, suggesting a longer wait for fans. The novel's content warnings highlight intense violence, graphic language, and explicit sexual content, advising reader discretion. A fourth Wing TV series is in development at MGM Amazon Studios with Michael B. Jordan's Outlier Society, amplifying the series' cultural impact. Conclusion. Onyx Storm is a sprawling, emotionally charged continuation of the Empyrean series, delivering high-octane action, heart-wrenching sacrifices, and a deepening romance between Violet and Xaden. Its expansive world-building, vivid dragon characters, and intricate political intrigue make it a standout, though its dense lore and pacing challenges may require a reread of earlier books. For fans of romantasy, it's a must-read, cementing Yarros' place in the genre while setting the stage for the series' next chapter.